Hi and welcome back to Cafe Chronicles. I'm Steve, and some exciting news this episode. We got our powder coating back. I'm excited about that. We also have a ton of parts that have come in, so it means that we can get cracking on reassembling the bike. What I'm going to do, I'm going to tidy up some of these parts, tidy up the garage a little bit. I've been over the last while working on some of the components, getting them ready for all this stuff coming back in, so that's great. Kind of an odd one. I had this nightmare. Literally, I had a nightmare, and in the nightmare I started to think about some location dowels that are in the valve cover, and I started panicking that I hadn't put these back into the valve cover. I don't have a clue if that's correct or not, if I've done it or if I haven't done it. So the problem is I have to open it up and take a look, because I had it in this freaking nightmare. I started thinking about seeing these dowels after I put everything back together, seeing them on the bench. So now I have myself convinced that I haven't put them back into the valve cover. So I'm going to take that apart, I'm going to check, then I'm going to reseat it, put it back on, torque it down. We'll start with that, and once we have that done, we're at least sorted and we can move on to the next thing. Alright, so let's get stuck in. I think there's one really good lesson to learn here, and hopefully everybody learns it, including me. And the lesson is, when you're doing a project like this, it's a really good idea to video every step. If I had videoed this step of fitting on the valve cover, I'd be able to just simply go back to the video, take a little look, and figure out what I'd done if I'd actually put in these locating dowels at all, and I wouldn't be in this situation. But unfortunately I didn't video it. At the time I was using a big clunky DSLR to video, and it was kind of a pain, and I was using an external boom mic, and it was kind of a bit of a pain to even video this stuff. And as well as that, I didn't really know if I was going to create this video series. You might notice from a few of the first early videos, there wasn't a lot of video. It was like bits and pieces. There wasn't really a good format. You could probably say the same about all the videos, but in particular, you know, there was not a good format with the first few. You know, didn't have intros, didn't really have a scope or a goal in the videos, and afterwards I kind of went back and tried to do that with voiceovers and stuff, which makes for probably fairly boring videos, and I apologize for that. But I really didn't know yet if I was going to do a video series on this, and it wasn't until, you know, really I'd probably kind of finished the engine here that I kind of decided, yeah, I'm going to do it, which is a shame, because I should have videoed the complete rebuild of the top end of the engine here. It would have been probably very helpful for a lot of people. That is, if the bloody thing runs, it will be helpful. Either way, it'll be helpful, because you get to see if it doesn't, if I made some huge mistake, you get to see exactly the mistake I made and not do it, which that is a part of this video series too. It's really important that you use the correct screwdrivers because you will, you know, skin or thread or strip, I should say, the tops of the screw heads. I think I was right to open this up because I think this and this are a locating dowel. Okay, time to look at a drawing online. Some good news. I found the little buggers. One goes there. The other goes over here. And they're going to help to locate everything. I'll put this guy back on. I'm working my way over and back at different points just to make sure that the stress is even across the whole head, because of course this is an aluminum cover, so it can be probably a little weak. So that's hilarious. My dream came true, my nightmare came true. But it's funny how your mind works. There's so many details on these bikes, especially when you're working on them over a course of hours, days, weeks, months, even years. So to try and remember one little part and be like, I'll put that in later, and you know, it's even I've been really organized with this stuff, and I've had a sequence and a system for everything, but still it just goes to show you that these things get away from you. That all being said, next we have to start getting a little bit closer to getting that engine back into the frame. We're going to make sure that the hardware that we're going to use to fasten the bike on to the frame, that it's cleaned up as nicely as we want it, so we're not putting in dirty hardware back in. So we'll take a little peek at that now. I'll show you some of the powder coating that came back in. It looks absolutely phenomenal. Look at that, absolutely just like brand spanking new, better than new. Kickstand, I had it done. That thing was an absolute mess, but it's looking great now. Awful trouble when I bought that engine hoist and everything to try and get the bike in and out. Welded up a kind of a piece of a U-frame to get the engine in and out, and it's just a pain. It's a pig of an engine, and the best way that I've seen online to get the engine in and out of that frame is to put the engine down on its side and to lift the frame down over it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out the best way to do that. We'll have to kind of support the engine a little bit underneath, and you know, kind of figure that out. Also, I need to work on the forks, get them sorted out. I'm going to look at trying to get the engine into the frame. We're going to do so by leaning the engine on its side, getting the frame down over it, try and get the bolts into it. So let's get going. we have her up. So it was a little bit of fiddling around. I basically was trying to, as I had it on there, slot in a bolt. I got my lovely wife to come down and hold up the back end of the frame for me to let it pivot out a little bit so I could slot in the bolts. And she's a little camera shy, so I turned off the camera. It worked out pretty well. She's in. Also, I put it up, lifted it up here onto the jack so that now it's mobile. We can raise it up and we can work on it. So that is a success, boys and girls. I'll show you around it a little bit here. It's looking nice and clean in there with the black powder coated frame. Cool. We're going to take a little look at getting the new front sprocket on there. Just when we have nice access to it and everything's easy to get to, we're going to have a little go at it. So yeah, let's get stuck in. Okay, so we got the drive sprocket on there, all good. That gear shift feels so nice. Man, it's such a nice solid clunk to it. What we're going to do next is we're going to clean up some of the brake mechanisms for the foot brake. I've saw on, there's a guy who built a CB750. He has a channel called Hack a Week. And he put on the brake pedal and the little spring and mechanism after he had put on the swing arm and the rear wheel and a few things, and he was cursing it, and he was saying at the time in one of the videos, for the love of God, if you're watching this and if you're rebuilding the CB750, put this on first because it's a pain in the arse. So let's clean that up. I had the brake lever powder coated, so it looks phenomenal. So yeah, let's get it done and take a look, see what it's like. I am glad we did that when we did, because what had happened there, I'm not sure if you guys kind of saw, but I guess some powder coating got inside that little piece of that little orifice, so the interference was too much and it was just going to make this so that you couldn't even push it, you know. So now it's nice and free. But trying to sort that out, or trying to get into that, if I had everything else assembled, would have been an absolute nightmare. So that's a success right there. Next up, we're going to clean up these forks a little bit. I was going to try and rebuild them, but I don't know that they need to be rebuilt or anything. They're not leaking oil. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to clean them up, put them back on the bike, and after I've ridden it a little while, if I see that there's an issue with them or anything, then maybe I'll look at doing something different with them. but I think I'll just clean them up and get them back on there. We're going to get some steel wool on here to clean this up, because you can see we've got some like little kind of rust lines on here. On this part here, we're going to sand it, give it a little bit of a sand and see what it looks like. I'm really happy with that. I'm delighted to see the engine back in the frame of the bike. I thought it'd never happen, but yeah, that's it. So lots of fun stuff to come. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to hit that bell, just so that you can keep up to date with new videos that are coming out, because yeah, we're gonna have lots of stuff to do. So thanks for joining us, and stay safe. Talk to you soon.